Yeah,
How are you doing, Austin?
I'm doing good. I am a little tired. I didn't really sleep that good last night for some reason, but I went to the gym, got some things done today, so I'm feeling energetic and ready to go, despite the fact I also feel tired. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's
You got done pretty early from the gym. It seemed like.
Yeah, I took the afternoon off of work.
That makes sense.
I had other obligations to attend to.
No, well,
Yeah,
eh,
which is why we're recording like an hour earlier than we normally do.
yeah, that's crazy. It feels nice, and it's starting to cool down a little bit, so this
Mhm.
room isn't as just hot and steamy as it usually is.
Right. Makes for a better environment for sure. How are you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing pretty good, you know. I got one of my weddings done. Shout out to the Schildbergs. Uh and now I have another wedding.
When is that Zach's?
Yes, it is.
When is that one?
This one is also this Friday.
Oh,
So yes, back to back weekends of weddings.
is that in town somewhere else?
No, it's all the way in the cities. So
I'll have fun.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a very good time.
Heck
But
yeah, brother.
should we let them know who we are?
I suppose we can get right into the intro. Welcome to Balls and Blasters, episode 9.
It is episode 9. Wow.
9.
This episode may look a little different from last episode because last episode I tried a new thing. Wasn't horrible.
Wasn't great.
No, I think
Somewhere in
very
between.
mediocre. The video got really washed out, so we looked even pastier than usual.
Yeah, us winter folk
Mm,
don't need to look any pastier than we already are.
exactly. So we're back to how we normally do record for a little bit until I can figure something out.
I still think it looks halfway
Mm,
decent.
no.
So far, anyways.
Yeah, so far. It's We're recording at 60 frames though. I got that figured out. So make sure if we're not gonna have that HD quality, we're gonna at least have 60 frames. So
we'll eventually figure everything out.
but Austin, what do we do here at Balls and Blasters?
Well, Caleb, what a great question. At Balls and Blasters, Caleb and I take turns teaching each other about our respective, I guess, areas of interest. I talk about the balls, which balls.
What are the balls, Austin?
I need to find a way to make it awkward every time I say balls. I don't know. Sorry. Okay. I talk about sports and sports related topics. It could be historical aspects. It could be the games itself. But I try to teach Caleb something he might not know about the sports side of life. And Caleb, what do you do?
Well, I am the Blasters side, and the Blasters side, we teach Austin and hopefully you guys all about some nerdy topics, whether that be um movies, comic books, video games, just anything you consider like more on the nerdy side of stuff. Last week we talked about some video game characters, and we're gonna delve a little deeper into that this week.
And I finally have an interesting NFL topic. I've been searching for weeks. So we've touched on college football quite a bit, but I finally have, and I guess this is just a football centric topic, but mainly NFL. So
I'm excited because I think we haven't really talked about the NFL too much.
no, other than some uh, contract controversy a few weeks or about a month ago. But yeah, I'm excited. So
You know, I since I was looking up like images and stuff for that, I keep getting stuff related to that.
yeah, for like Micah Parsons.
Yes,
Or
Micah Parsons, that's what it is. And I kind of know a little bit about this now.
just read random headlines. You can read random headlines on the internet, and you'll know it's just as much as somebody on ESPN.
Is that a dig?
Probably. All right. I suppose we can get right into it. We had a uber long intro last time, so we can make this one a little bit shorter, I think.
We gotta get used to looking right there.
I know.
I keep looking at right there. No, we're right there in this episode.
I'm
We kept this angle. We at least liked this angle.
brought it down a little bit. Yeah, I look there. I always try to look over here just for time purposes
Oh yeah,
every once in a while
yeah.
because I get long-winded. But
Yes, but we start every episode with a rock paper scissors battle to see who goes first. Austin, what is the score?
we have finished 8 episodes. I believe the score is 6-2
It is
in
6.
favor of the balls.
Yes, Austin is winning 6-2 right now. Could he be 7-2? Probably, knowing him.
We'll have to. I made a comment that we'll have to actually keep score on this whiteboard. Maybe I'll do that later. We'll see. But
Shall we go
we shall.
on shoot?
Okay.
Yes. Boom. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blasters are on the comeback right now.
They're on the way back.
If you can't tell, Austin, he kept that rock fist going, and I was like, I need to shoot out of paper. I need to change things up a little, and we have. Well, perfect. So if you were listening to the last episode and this episode back to back, you will be in for a treat because we're talking about one of the characters we talked about last episode.
Ooh, perhaps a little history.
Yes, a little history, because I would say this character is the most influential character of all time. You know who he is. Austin, we're doing it again. Take that hat off. I know it doesn't work. Here you go, sir.
All right. I'll
can't-
stop repping my beloved Boston Red Sox for your topic.
If you guys are audio listeners, Austin has put on the Luigi hat. And I have put on the Mario hat because today we are talking about Mario. Now, Austin, I know we talked about him a little bit last episode, but can you tell me what you know about Mario?
Well, what do I know about Mario? He is a plumber, correct?
He is a plumber,
He has a
just like my dad.
shout out.
Oh, Mark.
Shout out, Mark. He's got so he's a plumber. He's got the red hat with the M. Is it a red long sleeve?
Yes, it is a red long sleeve.
And the blue overalls. Obviously an uber popular video game character, many different video games. His love interest is Peach. Is that
Yes,
correct?
it is.
His
Well, some may say they're just friends, but
whatever, dude.
yeah, they're love interest.
It's behind the camera, but I see your Mario and Yoshi Lego set.
Yes, where the lighting is placed is on so I will not be showing it this episode because that is the only thing keeping us lit. But it's
For
a
real.
Mario and Yoshi Lego set. Which I
Is
still have not built yet, and I got almost a year ago.
would Yoshi be Mario's trusty steed,
Funnily enough,
or is he like a power up thing?
he's more like a friend.
Okay.
We'll touch on him briefly today. Don't you worry. But
I dig it.
But yes, I would say like they're more of like coworkers.
You again.
No, like friendly coworkers, like your friend at the office. You're like, oh my god, Yoshi, dude, how's it going?
All right. Yeah, I know who Mario is. I've played the games. One of the reasons I got into video games is because my grandmother had an N64, and we always used to play. I think it's just Mario Party.
Oh, so we're actually to get this topic today. I want to preface by saying two things. For the history of Mario, we are only going to be touching on the main Mario games. We're going to briefly talk about the extra stuff, but that's not the main topic. And then every date today is going to be released in America date.
Okay.
Or most of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're because there's a couple. I'll explain it when we get to it. But there's a couple where in Japan they got it way earlier.
Okay.
So we're going by American dates today.
Fair enough. Um, and then I know that it used to be called Jumpman,
Mm-hmm.
which debuted in Donkey Kong in 1989, or is it six?
So that's gonna be the thing before I start as well. You guys may have seen the short. You guys may have said some hurtful things. No, I got it wrong. Really wrong. I don't know. Most of the information was correct, except Donkey Kong released in 1981.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was 8 years off. To us, that's ancient. So, you know,
It was a long time ago.
yes, it was an old game. It was before the 3D games. So come at me if you will. But yes.
Hey, we rectified it.
Nah, you guys were pretty nice actually about it. You guys were pretty respectful. Except one guy. One guy. I put the clarification in there and they still
I
commented.
saw that.
I was like, guy, read the comment.
Well,
But that's the internet for you.
don't you know you can't read. You're just supposed to type without thinking.
You're right. You're right.
That is my brief knowledge of Mario.
Yes. Yes, and I would say that's most people's knowledge of Mario. I would say that most people who do play video games have played a Mario game. So I'm gonna go back over that. So yes, Mario first appeared in Donkey Kong in 1981 as Jumpman. We went over that last episode. He was created by the GOAT, Shigeru Miyamoto. You know who that is at all?
I'm assuming he's a video game creator.
Yes, he worked for Nintendo. He basically most of the big Nintendo titles he helped create. He created Zelda as well, Star Fox. You know what Star Fox is?
I heard of it, but I never
like dual
played
barrel
it.
roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've
and
heard
then
that before.
Pikmin, like those games. He's insane creator. So I just want to give some reference. So Donkey Kong came out in 1981, and Pong, which is the first actual game, came out in 1972. So Donkey Kong came out, the evolution in 9 years from Pong to Donkey Kong. That's kind of the time frame we're working
Gotcha.
at of when Donkey Kong came out.
And Pong was a very, very basic, simple
Yes,
game.
it's like the first game ever or something like that. Or pretty close. But funny thing, we'll get to a little later, but it's actually in Donkey Kong. It's not Peach who he rescues.
Okay.
It's Pauline.
Pauline.
Yes, Pauline.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. She does appear in the series again.
I don't think I've ever heard of Pauline.
Yes. It's she doesn't appear for a very long time from Donkey Kong. Yes, just a little fun tidbit. And in Mario's second game ever, Donkey Kong Jr., you actually don't play as Mario, and Mario is the bad guy. Because he captures Donkey Kong, and then Donkey Kong Jr. has to save his dad. And Mario's evil. Yes, that is right. Mario's not a good guy in that game. That's the only time he ever is a bad guy.
Huh.
So we got through those basic stuff, and now we get to the actual Super Mario Bros. 1985. I believe it was a little earlier in Japan, but for America purposes, it was 1985 on the NES.
Are you sure?
I am sure. I made sure on this one. I could get some dates wrong. Come at me, but I know for a fact in America, Super Mario Bros. Was released in 1985. So for the NES, and it was kind of innovative for the time, you'd say. You look back at it, and it's a very, very basic run to the right, 2D, jump on bad things, and complete the game.
Mm-hmm.
But for the time, people loved it and just cherished it. And this game, actually, since the start of the actual Super Mario Bros., there has been Peach, Bowser, and Luigi. All four of those characters are still mainstays in the Mario franchise to this day, and they started out in the Mario game.
It's
So
cool.
they like there wasn't no getting added later like some characters. They were in it from the beginning, and people loved it so much. They're like, hey, in 1988, let's make Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, funny thing about Super Mario Bros. 2, Austin. Super Mario Bros. 2 is a retexture of a different game called Doki Doki Panic.
What is Doki Doki Panic and why was it a retake? Or
It's
was
literally supposed to be the exact same type of game as Mario, but they're like, hey, that's stupid. We got this product that's doing great, and we can just retexture it a little bit. Just make it a Mario game. And this is why Luigi is taller than Mario, because they had different characters in the game, and they're like, hey, let's just make Luigi this model, and this model's taller than this model. So it's why Mario's the shorter of the brothers, and Luigi's the taller.
interesting. So Doki Doki was just a game where they basically said this isn't worth our time or this isn't gonna work out.
I think so. There were just some higher up decisions that are like, hey, let's just get this out.
Did a version of that game ever come out?
Actually, I when I was doing my research, I think I saw I think I brushed over it, but I do think something eventually came of it. I can't remember what. I'll have to look that up, maybe put it in the comments. But yes, I think that is funny that you asked that, because I think that actually did happen. I
Interesting.
don't have the exact answer for you, but I think that actually is something. Okay. These all came out. They're all pretty much the same games, but just better than the last one. We get to Super Mario Bros. 3, which is considered one of the best Mario games of all time. It just takes everything from 1 and 2 and just does it better. There's more cool power ups. Like there's the raccoon like flying power up, whatever stuff, and the worlds are just more interesting, and the kingdoms. And all three of these games are essentially just building upon each other. You have a 5-year span of just 3 really good games that people like, and they're all pretty much the same game, but for the time it was really crazy to have something like that.
Right.
What another thing about what was I gonna say? Whatever. We can move on to Super Mario World. Is there this? I would include this in there. This is where Yoshi comes out.
Hey.
Yes, it was another great game. These are all the same game essentially. Like to a modern standard or these are all pretty much the same game. Just everything's better than the next.
Is there any sort of story progression, or is it just new and different levels?
It's pretty much, hey, Peach has been captured again. Go get her. Go get her, Tiger.
Why does this keep happening?
Exactly. But they're all like great games.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so crazy because okay, saying they're the exact same games is probably doing them a disservice, but they are extremely similar to each other. It's like saying Call of Duty is the same game. Right. It is, but from Call of Duty 1 to whatever, pick your Call of Duty you want to end as the last good COD. It's pretty much like that. Of these games, okay. Yeah, these games sense. Have like they're essentially the same game, but they're just improved on it from the last one, and they're just really good. And that's why people kept liking them, because hey, it's more of what you like, just a little bit more stuff,
which is a pretty good formula.
Exactly, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, it's Mario. It worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
Clearly. Clearly.
Yeah. So we got Super Mario World. I did skip over, because saving it for this one, Super Mario Land, which came out a little bit before, because we got Super Mario Land 2, 6 gold coins in 1992. This is the introduction of Wario, Mario's evil counterpart. And in this one, Mario's just really greedy. He's like, "Hey, Wario, I want my coins. Give me my coins." Mario's always been greedy, but he's like, "Hey, Wario, give me that."
Wario was always my favorite character growing up.
Oh yeah, Wario is the color of our podcast, almost.
Almost, yeah.
Almost,
Yeah.
almost. But he's purple.
Purple, yeah. I don't know why he was my favorite. I think it's just like he's just a funny looking character, and I just like his.
Yeah, he also like farts a lot too. and like this is like all my information. I haven't played too much games with Wario in it, but I know he just like he just does like crappy stuff.
I chose him all the time in Mario Party.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Who is my
just to make sure I'm talking about the right game, the Mario game where you jump up and hit a dice block and then you run across different spaces.
Yep, and you
have to get stars.
Yes, and each character has like different dice blocks and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always played Wario in that game.
I think I played Yoshi actually. But so this is kind of these games right here are the 2D sort of era of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
This is the bread and butter. This is if you take anybody off the street and show them a clip of it, they're like, "Oh, that's Mario."
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll easily. I mean, you take a clip of any game, probably be like, "That's Mario." But these are what Mario is known for, 100%. To the casual viewer, the 2D side-scrolling masterpieces that anybody can pick up and play. That's another thing I should mention is these games weren't the hardest, so anybody could pick up and play them.
Right, which I think is cool.
So these kind of helped propel Nintendo into what we know today, along with other franchises. But the one thing I want to point out is that Mario is always about innovation. Mario has always pushed gaming technology and what a game could be forward. That is what I want everybody to get out of this real quick before I go on. This is what Mario is. The games are always a technical achievement in some capacity, or just really creative that define a genre. And this pretty much is so solidified in Super Mario 64 or Mario 64 on the N64. This is probably this game you could probably thank every 3D game to date for. This is like you thank Mario 64. Without this, I think 3D technology would probably not be as far as it is, or just the creativity of 3D technology, because this game was one of the first, and it did it so well that 3D games just took off right after it. And they're actually like, Nintendo was like, we need to get this right. We need to get 3D Mario right.
They knew it was going to be a big deal if they did it right.
Oh yeah, they're like, we need to perfect it because it's going to be huge. It's going to propel gaming forward. So Super Mario 64, I would say, is the most influential game of all time. I personally would. Have you ever played it, Austin?
I can't say that I have.
It's definitely, you could still pick it up and play it, especially on the new Switch remake. But if you try to go back, the controller is just a one joystick controller, so it's a little harder. We're used to two, but it's a fantastic game even today. And that came out in 1996, by the way.
Are you talking about it's got like 3 different, like what does the controller look like?
So it's got one stick. It's got the buttons up here, and then the D-pad on the other side.
Is the joystick in like the middle?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I
It's a little awkward to hold, but
does it look like a misshapen M?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
So Mario 64 just propelled gaming forward. Yeah, I would say you have to thank it for every other 3D game that came after it, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also funny is it's one of the most like tried and perfected speed runs
Oh, really?
ever. Yes,
It's kind of neat.
actually perfected only by its predecessor, Super Mario Bros.
Of course.
Yes. I'd say I wanted to save this till we get to this part. Super Mario Bros. It's it's got a near 5 minute speed run time. I think it's just over 5 minutes.
How long would it take a normal person to beat that game?
So that speed run is a normal person. So I think it's like maybe like an hour or two,
Okay.
maybe a little more.
Uh-huh.
I think it depends on the person,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
but like this speed run is so perfected. It there are only like a few frames left that the top speed run like hasn't like that didn't like figure it out
Right.
or whatever.
Are you
like,
saying the
maneuver.
speed run, like the record could technically be beat, but
But
it's
it's
pretty
so
hard?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's the record could technically be beat, but it's so perfected
Uh-huh.
that you need to try it like thousands of times.
It's like a 99th percentile speed run.
Exactly. And Super Mario 64 actually isn't far behind. Now there's 4 categories in that. There's 0 star, 1 star. There's 5, I think. I think it's 0 star, 1 star, 60 star, and 120 star. I know those ones. There might be a 30 star as well, or a 32 star. Well, yes. And the 120 star is just the speedrun where you collect all 120 stars. That's probably one of the most popular speedruns of all time. Yeah, it's an insane community. It's been going on since Super Mario 64 came out.
Is Mario kind of the franchise that inspired speedruns, or has that been a thing?
I think yes, and
Or maybe is most
I,
influential towards speedruns?
I think influential is again Mario's innovation and influence too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, yes, I do think the speedrunning community would still be pretty big, but Mario 64 is just, it's a game that everybody's like, we're going to try speedrun. Like, there are people that do it blindfolded and stuff, which is wild.
Yeah, that's insane.
For a 3D game, too, by the way, is, like, and that just shows you how perfected the speedruns are, too.
Right.
So, shout out to the speedrunning community. I just wanted to make sure we touched on that because it's also Mario is such a big part of that community as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also with Mario Odyssey, which we'll get to later. Spoiler for what we get to later. Now we have Super Mario Sunshine. Have you ever heard of this game, Austin?
Definitely have not heard of that one.
This one is the forgotten child of the 3D Mario games. I would say it's definitely the least played out of it because Mario games have always been, hey, there's these different kingdoms and worlds you go to. Like there's the icy one, the fire one, the sand one, the snowy one, the tropical one. And I think this one only fell flatter than the rest of them because it was only one type of kingdom. It was just tropical. But it's still a great game. It's definitely got the cult classic. There's
Okay.
definitely a cult following of it. People do like it now,
Mm-hmm.
especially. It's definitely it's considered one of the worst one of the worst Mario games. But you're comparing like gold to solid gold or whatever, or like
Yeah.
shinier gold. Like it's
Right.
still a great game. So, yeah, but it did help build up the Mario universe a little bit, and you had a really cool system called the Flood, which you just have a water backpack and you kind of like fly around and use it and spray stuff. That was pretty cool. And then we get to Nintendo's like, hey, we kind of need to go back to our roots a little bit. So they made new Super Mario Bros. You know what new Super Mario Bros. Is?
I don't think I do.
New Super Mario
I'm
Bros.
assuming it's newer than Super Mario Bros.
It's a remake, actually, of the
Okay.
first Super Mario Bros. But it's 2.5D.
I didn't know there was something in between 2 and 3D.
So 2.5D is where it's still a side scroller. You're only at a 2D plane,
Mm-hmm.
but all the assets are 3D. So
There's some depth to the 2D scroller.
yes, like you yourself can't move past the 2D plane, but everything looks like 3D.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
So another example would be the new Animal Crossing, where you only move forward and backward, left and right on it, but everything is 3D assets and models.
Right.
So yeah, they just basically said, "Hey, we're gonna remake it for in 2.5D," and it's also, fun fact, my first Mario game.
Hey.
I do have a soft spot. I technically played the first ever Mario game without realizing it because it was the remake. But yeah. So my first Mario game was almost the first
Almost.
Mario game, if
Well,
from a certain point of view.
You weren't born in time to play the first Mario
You're-
game.
you're
so
right.
Close enough.
I was almost 20 years off. Fucking wild. Ooh, sorry. Excuse me.
How could you? It's okay. I might have a swear word coming up later. So
And now we get to Super Mario Galaxy. Austin, since we are getting into the era where me and you would be able to play these games, did you ever play Super Mario Galaxy?
that title sounds familiar. I don't. Maybe my Mario experience is Mario Party on the N64, and then I know Mario Kart, obviously. I also played one or two Mario games on my Game Boy and the DS, but I can't really the Galaxy. I feel like I can see that, like the cover of the game.
Yes. Fun fact: the new movie for the sequel to
Yeah.
Mario is called the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
I've seen some funny memes about that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Aren't family friendly.
But yeah, it's definitely. Oh, by the way, okay. Before I start this, you might have played the new Super Mario Bros. Then that was a DS game.
There's a decent chance. Like I said, I can't remember exactly what I played on DS or Nintendo, but I know I played Mario on them. I know that much.
So, Super Mario Galaxy. That's 2007. Came out on the Wii. It still follows the classic, hey, Mario, go save the princess.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these games follow pretty much, except Mario Sunshine, I'm pretty sure. It's just Mario's on vacation. But it was still innovating. The Wii came out. And like, hey, we need to do something with the Wii. So take the remote and the nunchuck, and instead of jumping on stuff, you can still jump on stuff. How we spin at the enemies instead to destroy them. And it used the little sensor to collect stars and stuff. All the worlds where you were jumping on planets, and when you would walk forward, like you'd go around the planet.
Okay.
Like you were sitting on a ball, but the gravity would pull you down into the ball, so you were always walking. Wherever you were on the ball was up.
Okay.
It was kind of cool. Yeah.
I
This
feel like I've definitely played that game. Sorry, continue.
no, this and its sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2, are the highest rated Super Mario games of all time.
Interesting.
Yes, they are literal universal praise. It's like it does follow that with like back to the original of Super Mario Galaxy 2 is just Super Mario Galaxy 1 but better.
Yeah.
It's just they're both insanely good games.
Right.
You're just like, hey, you like this game? Here's another one. Again, which
What if I made it again?
exactly, and just innovation. So now we get to a little cool game, which I think I'll talk. Even though this isn't chronological, I'll still talk about both of them. Super Mario Maker 1 and 2. You know what these are at all, Austin?
I can't say that's familiar to me.
Super Mario Maker 1 and 2 were games where you could make Mario levels in the 2D space and excuse me, and have people try them out.
That's fun.
It's got a really, really cool community and a really scary one too, because some of the levels they make are like, how the hell did you pass that? Because you have to pass the level before you could
Right.
publish it, and you're like, what the heck? So
Reminds me of is it similar to, you know how I mean Fortnite still is big, but I remember people used to create death runs in Fortnite.
I would say yeah, but just at the Mario scale of
Yeah.
2D side scroller. And another cool thing is you can pick your Mario game too.
Okay, that's neat.
So you could do all the way back to the first Super Mario game, or you can do a new Super Mario
That's cool.
kinda
I like that.
style. Yeah, it's really cool. Now we have theme. Weirdly enough, we're not going to count the last game on this list because I don't think it innovates like Mario does. But I can't believe it's been this long. In 2017, we have Super Mario Odyssey. You know what Super Mario Odyssey is?
No, I know what Assassin's Creed Odyssey is.
Super Mario Odyssey is the latest of just the games that Mario's innovated. It's you follow Mario again. Peach is captured by Bowser, and you gotta save her. But instead of these levels or these worlds, you have these kingdoms that you go to, and every kingdom is open world.
Okay.
And you collect moons, and you got to collect enough moons in the level or in the kingdom to proceed to the next kingdom. And you get this little guy called Cappy, where if you throw him at certain things, you take control of those things. See, this is the first Mario game where you can actually play as different enemies that he has. So you know what a Bullet Bill is?
Yep.
You can play as a Bullet Bill when you capture him. You can play as a Hammer Koopa, or Hammer Bro. What do you say? You can play as a frog, or as the guy. You know the guy that in Mario Kart that like he holds up the 3, 2, 1,
Yeah.
go. You can play
Yeah.
as him for a little bit too. I was just like, hey, we're just gonna innovate more, and the movement is insane in the game too. Like you can jump, dive, roll, do the back jumps and stuff. Like they really innovated on the movement and stuff. And it's, I think, the epitome of what Mario is of the innovation, because it took everything of what you liked before, and it just said, hey, this is how we're gonna make it even better. You take the stuff of the freedom of Super Mario Galaxy and 64 with the cool and interesting worlds of Galaxy. You have a bunch of different worlds that you've seen in Mario. You have all the characters you've seen in Mario. Luigi's there, Toad's there. Like things you forgot about were there, like a little like mole guy or like cows or whatever. So it's just, I think, the epitome of what Mario is. And then you have 3D All Stars, which are the remakes. But, remakes, 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. They put them on the Switch. Pretty cool thing to do. Get all the titles on there.
Right. Re-releasing them, make more money.
Exactly. I think it was a smart thing to do, though, because I'm gonna go on a rant after this. Just so you know, this is not gonna be all happy sunshine. I'm gonna go on a rant. Then we have Super Mario Wonder, which is another 2.5D game,
Okay.
and this just came out in 2023. So it's been a while since we had a innovative Mario game.
Right.
So we're due.
We're due.
But yeah, this one's not a remake of any other 2D any 2D Mario game. It's its own thing, which so that is pretty cool.
That's nice.
Like
Yeah.
levels move around and stuff. But that is the history of the mainline Mario games.
Heck yeah.
Yes. I love Mario. If you guys can't tell, I do love Mario. And I love the world and stuff. And the movie was pretty good. And I'm excited for the movie that's coming out. But I was gonna get a little bit of rant for Nintendo. Nintendo's kind of at a stalemate right now.
All right. What kind of stalemate are we at, Caleb?
Or station. What do you call it? Maybe not stalemate, but they're really complacent right now.
Complacent's a good word. Resting
Yeah.
on their laurels, perhaps.
Yes, on their laurels. Like, do you hear about the lawsuit or not the lawsuit, the copyright they just tried to file?
I don't think I've come across that. No.
I love Mario. I love Nintendo. This is gonna piss people off though. Piss me off. They're trying to copyright in a game you sending out something and fighting something else. Just that entire concept.
That seems like a very broad thing to try and legally own.
Exactly. I don't think it'll actually happen, but Nintendo's that. And they've been pretty like they would always go way up. They was always innovating, and now they're kind of just stuck.
Yeah.
They've been on a straight line for a while. So Nintendo, sorry,
They've been stagnant. There's
Stagnant.
another word.
Stagnant. That's the word I was going for. Thank you, Austin. So, what can they do to get out of this hole? Right.
Right.
Mario game.
What do you mean, like Mario game?
A new mainline Mario game. That's not Odyssey. That's not Galaxy. It's not Sunshine. It's not 64. It's not even a 2D game. It's boom. Here's Mario, even better. Innovated.
Would there be Fortnite dance moves and skins? Can I dress Mario up as...
You can dress Mario up in Odyssey.
Can you?
Yeah. There's the whole thing about his nipples.
Can you pierce them?
No. I don't think so. There's probably a mod for it though.
There's always a mod
Yeah.
for everything.
But yes, that's the history of Mario. That's my little, I know it wasn't actually a hard rant, but it's like, hey, let's make a new Mario game.
Say that copyright goes through, which I don't know. Law is not my specialty, but wouldn't that completely screw over Pokemon? Like, isn't that like the concept of Pokemon is?
Well, Nintendo owns Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
That's why they're trying to copyright it.
Okay.
Just say that. Nintendo owns Pokemon, and that's why they're trying to copyright it.
Gotcha.
The whole thing. But there's also like a thing like I'm playing Baldur's Gate right now, and you can summon things
Mhm.
to fight for you, help fight you. So, but under that copyright, that would be considered like against their copyright they're trying to file. So it's like, how this game literally did it. You can't own it, and the hundreds of thousands of games do that. So
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. Hey.
like Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
probably a competitor or a parallel to Pokemon does the same thing. So I don't get that either. But
We'll have to keep an eye on that. That is interesting because it doesn't matter whether it's video games or what field you're working in. Copywriting and trademarking your innovations is a good thing because you want to be able to make money and own that.
Mhm.
That just, like I said earlier, it's a very broad thing. It's hard. It reminds me of So Ohio State University alum referred to that place as the Ohio State University. They put emphasis on it, the Ohio State University.
Yes.
And Ohio State tried to copyright the word "the."
Wait. Like,
You
how?
can't. Why?
Well, it's like you can't copyright an accessory word.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Well-
I don't know the exact details. I don't know if there's a certain stylization or a context that they're going for, but it's the word "the." What do you? Why?
Do you remember on YouTube when the Fine Bros tried to copyright React?
Yes.
That was wild. It's essentially something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is so dumb.
Uh,
Like, it's reaction. First of all, your channel isn't even hard. Like, it's
No.
not even hard content to create, and you
No,
want to
like,
copyright
sit in
this.
front of this and tell us what you think.
I used to watch their videos all the time.
Yeah.
And they were really well done.
No, yeah, we're all guilty of that. What were we like 10? We were pretty young, maybe like 12.
But relatable content. It was good quality.
You always watch the kids and teens react because they were just like you.
Exactly. I want to be there. No, you don't. I've heard some horror stories about
Oh
that
yeah.
place.
Well, let's end my blaster side and move on to the balls side. Austin, what do you have for us today?
What do I have? You can take Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Luigi
yeah.
back.
All right, no more sports talk or blaster talk. Get to the sports talk.
I'll suit up for my section of the video of the podcast. You know, Caleb, I couldn't help myself. I just had to be controversial again.
Well, hey, that's what gets the clicks.
That's what gets the clicks, homies.
What do you got for us today?
I would like to talk about some controversial football plays.
Plays.
Okay,
like a field goal fake.
that would be a play that a team could run. Yes.
That's what I would always do in Madden because
Did it ever work?
yes, because the whole team runs or you're just blocking with the whole team. And the quarterback's like, so yeah, it actually worked way more than you think.
Hey, you got a strategy. I dig it. I have a few plays today. I have notes on 3 different plays or types of plays. There's a lot of notes here.
I can see that. It's like a book today.
I'm gonna get through 2 of them for sure. We'll see where the time is at. Maybe I'll get to the third. I would really like to get to the third one, but
Right.
we'll see. I'm more excited about the first 2 than the third one, but the first play I want to talk about, and this is something you may have come across because it's gained prevalence in the last couple of years. Have you heard of the tush push?
Is that like where you get the center and he snaps it to the quarterback? The quarterback basically like humps him to get get across.
It's essentially what it is, yes.
Okay.
The tush push is
I know sports.
is a form of a quarterback sneak, which is where the center, the guy who starts to play with the football in his hand, snaps the ball to the quarterback who's under center right behind him, and the quarterback immediately dives forward. It is a short yardage play. The design is to get 1 at most 2 yards.
So it's just basically meant for goal line or right when you're on the first down line.
Goal line, 3rd and 1 inches, 4th and 1 inches. Plays like that, critical points in the game where a first down or a touchdown, obviously touchdowns are always good, are needed. So the tush push, or some people have referred to it as the brotherly shove.
Hell yeah, brother.
Why the brotherly shove? Because this is a play popularized and mainly ran by the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, the city of Philadelphia is often referred to as the city of brotherly love. So they call this play the brotherly shove.
That's really funny.
I personally like the name.
Yeah. That's a good play. Or they do it prevalently though.
Yes. I saw a stat on ESPN earlier today. I can't remember if it was going back through the beginning of I think it's through the last 2 years, including up until this week 2 of this season. They've ran the tush push around 110 times, which is twice as much as the next closest team. And they've scored, I think it was 28 touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Which is double or maybe even 3 times more than the next closest team. So I'm going to explain here why Philadelphia runs it as much as they do. So we said it's a variation of the QB sneak. It's effective in short yardage scenarios, like we had just talked about, popularized by the Philadelphia Eagles. Why do they do it all the time? It's essentially comes down to the personnel they have. They started the play 2-3 years ago, and their center at the time was Jason Kelce. He's the brother.
That Travis Kelce's brother?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
For them T-swizzles.
Jason Kelce is a future Hall of Famer. He's an unreal lineman. He's one of the best to ever play the game at his position. So that's step one. Step two is the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is an atypical quarterback. He's not the best thrower of the football, but he's very stocky and insanely strong. There's videos of him out there squatting 500, maybe even 600 pounds, which is abnormal for a quarterback. Yeah. That would typically be saved for a running back or a defensive end or D tackle.
He's more athletic than most.
Extremely athletic. This helps because you have a Hall of Fame center, an uber athletic and uber strong quarterback. Plus, why is it called the tush push? You'll have your offensive lineman and maybe a tight end on the line of scrimmage, quarterback behind the center, and then you'll have 2 either running backs, tight ends, or extra offensive linemen behind the quarterback, behind Jalen Hurts, who push him forward as he's going forward.
They're just like, hey, get some power behind you as well so we can... the quarterback's job is basically just to get crushed.
The lineman, at the snap of the ball, the lineman will be on all fours instead of their normal 3-point stance because they want to submarine the defenders.
Oh.
You played football growing up. Mm-hmm. You were a lineman. The common phrase, low man wins, leverage. So the offensive linemen want to get underneath because if you get underneath them and take out their legs, they become much easier to push forward. And the tush push, the 2 guys behind the quarterback, literally, it's basically grabbing his ass and saying, go. Go.
That's kind of funny. It's just like, hey, quarterback, I'm sorry about this. And then...
So that is what the tush push is. So it's I mentioned low man wins. The Philadelphia Eagles are basically the only team that can successfully run this play.
So, their center's retired now, right?
Correct. They have a new center now who is also a gangster.
Did he basically like, hey, you're just like, was it Jason Kelce?
Yeah.
You're basically just like, is he just like Jason Kelce?
I don't know the new center for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know his name, but I do know that they haven't really missed a step. And the Eagles' offensive line in general is really good. They've won the Super Bowl and been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years for a reason. And I think the reason the Eagles do it is because they're the originators. They know how to do it. They came up with the design. And quite honestly, no other team has a center or entire offensive line unit that can run this play as efficiently. It's basically a Philadelphia Eagles play and a Philadelphia Eagles play only. Now, I believe the Buffalo Bills have ran this play before to varying levels of success because they have Josh Allen, who is also just a mountain of a man at quarterback. The thing is with the Bills, they typically will just run a quarterback draw in short yardage scenarios.
What's that compared to the tush push?
A quarterback draw is the quarterback will line up in the shotgun or the pistol formation. So he's, either a couple or a few yards behind the center, and he'll get the ball. And sometimes he'll, set for a pass fake. Most of the times he'll just grab the ball and just run straight ahead.
Oh.
It's a draw play. It's quarterback draw or a halfback draw, which is just a quarterback gets the ball, fakes pass, hands it off to the running back, and they run straight forward. So that's what the Bills do in those scenarios. But again, having a quarterback like Josh Allen helps them do that. The Eagles having a quarterback like Jalen Hurts really, really helps them successfully run this play. Other teams, because the quarterback sneak can be a dangerous play for a quarterback. It's a huge, massive humanity trying to fight over 1 yard on a football field.
Yeah.
Some teams,
like World War I.
Actually, though, some teams will motion a tight end in under center for him to take the snap and go forward. Tight ends are stockier individuals, better leg drive, better chance of getting that extra yard. Although you have to be really quick when you motion the tight end in, because as soon as you see him stop under the center, everybody's like, well, I wonder what they're going to do here. Why is this a controversial play? A few different reasons. The big one, in my opinion, that I've seen, and I should probably say, I'll give my opinion on the play when I'm done. The number one reason people think this is a controversial play, because it's a huge safety concern. It's quite literally 11 dudes on each side of the line of scrimmage, like headfirst into each other.
Isn't that what football is all about, though?
It is.
Like you have like a 25% chance of getting CTE after, like you're already like screwed.
It's big mofos, big ass dudes going headfirst into each other. Lots of mass, concussions. You can land on someone's leg wrong, land on their arm wrong. You normally don't see crazy injuries from plays like this, but it's football. Like, it happens.
Well, a lot of little injuries can add up.
Correct, absolutely, especially over the course of a season. Some football purists think it's more akin to rugby than it is football. It's like, this is a rugby scrum. This isn't football.
Well, it kind of is, because don't they like get in like a little like they start off like a huddle, like both the teams in a huddle, and kind of just like push at each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to look up like an image of the tush push. For 22 guys on a 120 yard by like 52 and a half field, they're all just within 10 yards of each other. Just like, all right, here we go.
Just a mass.
Other critics outside of safety concerns believe the play simply lacks skill.
You're just like, all right, take the three biggest guys and push the quarterback.
Which is that a fair criticism? In today's game, it's gotten more wide open, more offensive. All the highlight plays that are super skillful. Like, sure, I guess that's fair. The other part of lacking skill is for the Eagles, it's pretty much almost always an automatic first down or touchdown because they run it so well, because they know how to run it. If you ask these critics, it's not fair, which I struggle with that criticism, because if it's not fair, then how come the 31 other teams in the league can't do it the way the Philadelphia Eagles can?
Listen, I hate the critics. I love this tush push. I feel like I know your answer or your opinion on it too. Already.
I believe Jason Kelce himself has said that he hates this play, and most linemen don't like it. You're a lineman, like, you're getting beat up, 30 some odd plays a game as it is, and now you gotta, especially with the Eagles, where they're running tush push, depending on how many short yardage scenarios they get into, they're running this play 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a game. In the worst case scenarios, So there's been a groundswell of support over the last year or so from fans, analysts, and executives around the league that want this play to be banned. To ban a play in the NFL, you need a supermajority of 75% of owners to pass the ban. There's 32 teams in the league.
I was gonna ask, are the owners of all the teams?
Yes.
Okay.
There are, and I'm sure obviously not every owner's at the game watching all the games. They get informed on these kinds of things. There's 32 teams in the NFL, which means you need 24 owners to say we're banning this for the ban to pass. The Green Bay Packers brought forth a request to ban this play last offseason.
Of course it was the Packers.
22 out of 32 owners voted yes to ban the play.
Do we know who didn't?
I think you could probably find it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if they make that information public. I'm sure there's rumblings or rumors out there who did and who didn't. So it
I know
felt
one team that didn't.
right. So it fell 2 votes short from being banned. And
That's great.
so here's my opinion, and it'll relay into my last bullet point here. I think it's totally fine. Totally fine. It's just a variation of quarterback sneak.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rule saying you can't push from behind. There used to be a rule. You used to be able to not assist a runner by pushing them from behind. But they changed it. Shout out to all my college football historians out there and the Bush push. Makes me cry.
George Bush?
No. Not George H. or W.
How long ago was that?
Listen, I could rant on this. It's 2005.
Okay.
It's Reggie Bush.
So it's more recent than not recent.
It's perhaps if these 2 segments run long, perhaps I could go over that controversial play in the next episode.
All right.
Hint, hint. Notre Dame's involved.
Of course.
And not in a good way.
Oh
no. So I think the basis of the play itself is totally fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. Here's the other half of that, and it's really come to light just this past week. It was a Super Bowl rematch between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
The Philadelphia Eagles are cheating every time they run the play.
How so?
This is part of the reason why they're so successful at it. So as I said, all the offensive linemen get down on all fours. There is a line of scrimmage and there is a neutral zone. And you cannot be lined up in the neutral zone when the ball is snapped. That's an offsides penalty, correct?
Wait, so the neutral zone is it's like an inch or two.
The neutral zone is essentially the length of the football.
Okay.
So when the Eagles run this play, the center's head is directly over the football. And so is all the other linemen that are lined up. So they're starting with an advantage already. How, the length of a football, which in the short yardage scenarios means a lot. And you're supposed to go on the snap of the football. So whenever the center moves the ball, you can go.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles run the play where the guard essentially looks back to make sure everybody is set. He gets down in his stance. And once the guard is the guy next to the center on the line of scrimmage, for those that aren't aware.
That's what I played. So you guys know.
As soon as the guard moves, then the center snaps the football. So the Eagles are false starting as well as being offsides.
I thought it was a rule that every lineman had to be set before you could even snap the ball. Like you had to be
That's correct.
either on the
Yes.
I know I got called for that.
And officials just aren't calling this. And there's two side judges looking straight at the line of scrimmage. and they either aren't seeing it or choosing not to call the Eagles offsides or false starting when they run this play. That's where the ire of many fans comes from.
See, I can see the anger with that,
Mm-hmm.
but is the play like way less successful if you don't do that?
I think, like I said earlier, because of the personnel that Philadelphia has, I think they would still be successful, but not quite as much, because you essentially have to start a foot backwards, and you can only go once the center goes.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you're a foot backwards and you can't false start, that gives those D linemen and linebackers on the defense that much more time and room to defeat the block of the linemen and cause a stalemate and potentially push them backwards instead of the Eagles falling forward.
Gotcha.
So
I can see why you would get a little like mad at that for sure.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think the play should be banned. I just think the officials should officiate the play correctly.
I can agree with that.
That's kind of where I lie on that topic. And that's my little rant on the tush push. Did you have any other questions or comments?
No, I would just say I would agree that, hey, maybe refs do your job. Isn't that like a lot of what football is? It's like, hey, guys, really appreciate it if you would open your eyes.
Refs do your job is a big criticism of the last play I might be able to talk about today. Yes. Ask any NFL fan, and besides play calling or defensive strategy, I think a lot of NFL fans are not happy with NFL officiating. But that's just being a sports fan. All right. The second controversial play that I want to talk about. To call this play controversial, I guess lies in the eye of the beholder. It's a trick play. It used to be, or the way people used to run it was legal. They made it illegal. Now you can run it a different way, which is legal. I'll explain.
Yes, please. Please do.
Have you ever heard of the Fumblerooski?
I know what a fumble is. Rooski sounds like Brewski. Somebody drunk and fumbling the ball?
Fumbling is a very essential part of this play.
I hope so. It's in the name.
By chance, I'm not expecting you to know this. Have you heard of the term annexation of Puerto Rico?
Well,
in a non-political sense.
Okay, I was saying, are we gonna go back to blame the main on Spain? No.
Okay.
No, sir.
It'll make sense in a little bit.
Okay.
For sports movie fans out there, annexation of Puerto Rico, you get it. I'll explain briefly in a bit. The Fumblerooski, what is it?
Yes,
what is it? So, we're back with the quarterback under center. He's lined up right behind the center, waiting for the snap. The quarterback receives the snap and deliberately fumbles the ball right at his feet. The quarterback then carries out a run fake without the football or scrambles completely away, often back or towards the sideline. The purpose of the quarterback doing this is to distract and deceive the defense, to draw their attention towards him, because he's got his back turned towards them running away. He's hoping, I still have the football. I don't know what I'm doing. The defense is going to come after me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Then, oftentimes, an offensive lineman will break away from blocking, pick up the ball off the ground, and run the opposite direction.
Like away from the touchdown?
So if the quarterback's running the play and he gets the handoff and he runs this way to distract everybody, the offensive lineman will sneak away from blocking, pick up the ball, and run the other way.
So quarterback runs left, lineman runs right.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And there are versions of this play where a wide receiver or a tight end will pick up the ball because they're faster than an offensive lineman. The
They're not picked for their speed.
No, but the initial play, or the initial version of the play, is where an offensive lineman would pick it up. The play is obviously very risky because the ball is on the ground and not in possession by anybody.
The fumble-rooski.
It's the fumble-rooski. Play can result in an easy turnover if not executed correctly. I think we can all understand why. Down to my second page of my novel.
Austin just flipped over his notes, and there is still another page after this one filled.
We're making good time. I'm not upset with where I'm at right now. Okay, so the fumble-rooski has its origins somewhere in the early 1900s when football was gaining popularity, and it was a great time of innovation in the game of the sport. Because of the way it was played, we're mainly running the football. There was very little passing. You have to find ways to be creative to run the football. So trick plays were prevalent at the time, which the fumble-rooski is a trick play. The play and its creation has been accredited to one John Heisman.
Like Heisman? Like the Heisman Trophy?
Bingo!
I'm a sports genius today. What can I say?
Credited to John Heisman, who is remembered today by the Heisman Trophy. Heisman was an innovator, a coach, an executive, and everything. He's very fondly remembered by the football history people. Not the first time this play was used, but a early documented use is from 1930 between the University of Tennessee and the University of Florida, the Volunteers versus the Gators.
That's where Gatorade comes from. Also true.
This play happened. Oh, that's where I was. This is a notable play because the quarterback for Tennessee, they ran the play against Florida, was Bobby Dodd. Bobby Dodd is a legendary quarterback, one of the many trophies that a quarterback or an offensive player can win in today's college football is named the Bobby Dodd Trophy. I believe it's a quarterback award. I can't confirm that, but so he's a big name in college football history, but not essential to the rest of this topic. He himself called the play for Tennessee Volunteers, and they scored on it. It was their only points of the game, and they beat Florida because they ran the fumble-rooski.
And it was great ever since.
It was extremely well executed, and that's all that matters. Another big-time documented use of this play is in the 1984 Orange Bowl. We talked about bowl games once upon a time.
Which of the 30 is this one?
Orange Bowl is a New Year's Six bowl, if you remember. It's essentially the six biggest bowl games, the most important ones. Gotcha. They play on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. The New Year's Six.
Gotcha.
The 1984 Rose Bowl is a matchup between number 1 Nebraska, they used to be sick back in the day, and the University of Miami Hurricanes. Tom Osborne, legendary head coach for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, called the play because he was down 17-0 after the first quarter. Number 1 Nebraska down 17-0 to Miami. Miami was very highly ranked at this time as well. Miami was also good. And they were completely destroying Nebraska. And Nebraska at this time was, how Alabama was on top of the college football world forever. Mm-hmm. Nebraska was having their own little dominant run at that time.
They were like the best team.
Correct. The play resulted in a touchdown for Nebraska. So they got their first points of the game, but they still lost. Oh. They still lost.
But not a shutout because of the fumble-rooski.
Because of the fumble-rooski, baby. I had mentioned I was going to use a swear word earlier, so if
children, cover your ears.
Miami head coach Howard Schnellenberger, great name. Absolutely despised this play. you know how we said some critics of the tush push were like, this isn't football, this isn't skillful. That's how Howard Schnellenberger thought the Fumblerooski was. He has a quote after the game. And I quote, "We had to come up with some good plays at the end there to win it, but we did force them to resort to the fucking Fumblerooski." I told them before the game, if these bastards have to run the Fumblerooski, come to the sidelines and party because they've given up their right to manhood. End quote.
It's like, you guys are just like a bunch of losers. We have to do this.
Not a fan is Howard Schnellenberger of the Fumblerooski. So what makes it even better is that not even 4 years later, in the 1988 Orange Bowl, Oklahoma also ran the Fumblerooski against Miami.
Oh, again. God damn it. Keep doing it.
Fell for it again. This was a successful play. They scored a touchdown. Miami won the game.
Nah. They're just doing it like, hey, you just don't want to get shut out, man. What's the one play we can do?
It's like Miami knows it's coming. They just don't care to practice or defend. It's like, go ahead, because that's all you got.
It's like, hey, we'll give this one to you guys.
You can have this one. Take it. Don't need it. So that's 3 examples of the play being successfully ran in the moment. There have been times where it's been unsuccessful.
I can imagine. It's like gambling.
Pretty much. You're hoping no one notices
you're betting,
that the football's on the ground.
You're betting on black. So there's a decent chance it might not work.
Right. Very true. In 1990, the Florida State Seminoles unsuccessfully ran this play against the Auburn Tigers. So FSU fumbled the ball. I don't know if it was a bad exchange between the quarterback and the center, because the point is for the quarterback to get the ball and then drop it.
So you can just like say you fumbled the ball. I'm like, guys, we're trying to Fumblerooski.
Yeah.
Like, we were guys.
So FSU ended up fumbling the ball away to Auburn while they're holding a 7-point lead. This is a scenario where the team that ran it is winning the football game.
So
Auburn recovers the football. They go down, score, tie the game, and kick a game-winning field goal as time expires later on.
So their Fumblerooski really messed them up.
They really shot themselves in the foot. Yes.
Oh, you fumbled Donski.
Another unsuccessful attempt happened in 1992 when the Tulane, I think they're the Green Wave, the Tulane Green Wave, was unsuccessful running this play against Alabama because they got the snap to the quarterback and the fumble correct. The defense had no idea what was going on. The lineman came to pick up the football. He took a knee as he picked up the football, therefore putting him down when he picked up the ball. Had he not, he would have picked it up and it would have been a big gain, maybe even a touchdown.
Guys.
So,
he's been on his feet all day.
he's a tired man. He finally gets his moment to shine. So it's a very delicate play to run. Very many ways to screw this up. And you'll see this play pop up from time to time. It's been ran a couple times in the last 10, 15 years to great success. Teams have found ways to innovate the play to make it better for the modern game. So, a couple things here. Why is this play controversial? It used to be that you could fumble forward.
You couldn't?
You could.
Oh, you could fumble forward.
You could. And then the NFL realized this in the 60s, and it took college football until 1992 to realize this, that fumbling forward can be a great advantage for your football team, which is very important in the next play. So that's why it's controversial. If you try to run the Fumblerooski that way, the officials will blow it dead for an illegal forward pass.
Mm.
So the quarterback essentially has to get the ball, turn around, and drop it.
Gotcha. That's why they have to be like, oh no,
Right.
guys, don't look at me.
Right. And which makes it even harder to run because if you see the quarterback get the snap, get up, go down, and then run the other way, it's like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And it gives the defense more time to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the NCAA banned the play after 1992, making forward fumbles illegal. The NFL had this play banned since the 60s. Quick little fun side note. I had mentioned the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Yes, you have.
This play is probably most well known to our generation and the generation before us from the movie Little Giants, which is a football movie
I've never seen it.
From 1994. The very last scene play of the game, they run the Fumblerooski. But in the movie, they called the play the annexation of Puerto Rico. It's been a long time since I've seen Little Giants. I think there's like a funny reason why.
Like trademark? Is that why? Is a Fumblerooski like, guys, you can't call it that.
No, because so they call in the huddle, they call the annexation of Puerto Rico. They go, they run it, and then the guy picks up the ball and starts running away, and then the camera cuts the head coach and another team, and he's like, Fumblerooski, Fumblerooski. So, yeah.
No.
He knew he got. And I believe the Little Giants won that game because of
Fumblerooski.
the Fumblerooski. Play was also in the 2005 remake of The Longest Yard.
Oh.
The prisoners ran the play to bring them within 1 point of a tie at the very end of their game against the Guards.
Oh, that was the... Oh.
Fumblerooski.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I did not know that. I do love that movie. Can I do a little
Yeah.
theory about the movie quick?
Mhm.
It's so wild that the ending of the movie, they're like, guys, we need to get there before time runs out. It's like, as long as the play doesn't end,
Right,
it
you're
doesn't
good.
matter. It's so funny. I was literally thinking about that the other day. I don't know why. I just popped in my head. So thanks for bringing Longest Yard up.
Dramatic purposes. Got to make the movie dramatic. And then the play was also used in the 2008 movie, The Long Shots, featuring Ice Cube. I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know the purpose or the reason of it. But it's the Fumblerooski, my last note, is a very movie-esque play. It's just a wild last resort option.
Very cinematic.
Yes, it is.
They're driven to the edge. They have one play left, and it's the Fumblerooski.
It's the Fumblerooski. To quote Howard Schellenberger, the effing Fumblerooski. I try not to swear very often, so that felt good to just release that in a fit of rage through Howard Schnellenberger.
Hey, we both do get one F-bomb, I think, per topic. So I'm glad that it's like the rated R rule.
Yeah, our version of it,
Yeah.
or our realm of versions of it.
We're
I
both Samuel L. Jackson.
I dig it. All right. That's the Fumblerooski. I think we're making good time
Yes,
here.
we definitely have time for your last one.
Hell yeah. Any other questions wrap up?
No,
Fumblerooski?
I will have to watch. I have to watch The Longest Yard again. I need to remember the Fumblerooski.
Yes. I never saw the original, but I do like the Adam Sandler remake.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites for sure. All right. The last play that I want to talk about, I thought I was going to burp there, sorry, is called, there it kind of was. That didn't taste good. Oof. What did I have for dinner? Oh, I had Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got to taste my Chick-fil-A sauce again.
Yeah, gotcha. I'm not the biggest fan of Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna get off the. We're getting
Are we? That'd be
I'll
dope.
talk to you about that later.
Cool.
Anyways, go on.
The last play I want to talk about, controversial play, is called the Holy Roller.
The Holy Roller.
Or, if you're the team that this happened against, the Immaculate Deception.
The immaculate.
Some very
What do these mean?
some religious terminology here.
I know the Hail Mary. That's religious.
That is also religious.
Oh, it's because Notre Dame is involved?
In some sense, perhaps.
For this play.
Oh, no. No. This happened in the NFL. This is very much this is a historical NFL play. So, what is this play? This play took place in a 1978 game between the Oakland Raiders and the San Diego Chargers. Neither of those teams are in their respective cities anymore.
In 1978?
Correct. 1978. This play, so the Oakland Raiders have the football on the 14-yard line, the San Diego 14-yard line, so they're 14 yards away from scoring with 10 seconds left in the game. No timeouts, I presume. The Raiders are trailing 20-14, so they got to score a touchdown. I think this is like the first or second game of the season. This is early in the season. Quarterback Ken Stabler for the Raiders, who is a legend in that franchise. They were running a play. They were trying to pass. He scrambled backwards 10 yards to the 24-yard line, and he was about to be sacked. Then Ken Stabler fumbled, quote unquote, the ball forwards towards the goal line. So they started at the 14. They went back to the 24. He fumbled the ball forwards the line of scrimmage towards the goal line. Last page of notes. Raiders running back Pete Banashak, I believe that's how you say his name, runs to go recover the fumble, tries to pick up the ball, and accidentally shoves the ball even closer.
Like he almost kicks it
to the goal line.
He's like, oh dear me.
He was on the 12-yard line when he got to the ball. He tried to pick it up and booted it forward on accident. Then Oakland Raider tight end Dave Casper, another legend, did the same exact thing and booted it into the end zone, where he eventually fell on the football, recovered it for a touchdown as time ran out.
That's amazing. The whoopsie play.
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Place kicker Errol Mann kicked the point after attempt. Oakland Raiders win the game 21-20.
So I can see how he'd be emasculated.
Immaculate.
Sorry, immaculate deception.
I want to call back to our previous play, the Fumblerooski. The original way you ran the Fumblerooski was fumbling the ball forward.
Mm-hmm.
This game happened in 1978. The NFL ruled in the 1960s that you cannot fumble a football forward. It is an incomplete pass if you do that.
So the refs weren't doing their job.
Officials that day on the field ruled the play legal because they couldn't tell if the ball was being intentionally fumbled and patted forward.
These guys just literally playing football.
A ruling that was later supported by the NFL, saying like, yep, they did their job. They did it right, which is probably more the NFL like, I don't want our referees to get this image that they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. They already have enough problems.
So that is what the Holy Roller play, the Immaculate Deception, is. In 2008, Ken Stabler, the quarterback who initially fumbled the football forward, in a 2008 NFL Films documentary, admitted that he intentionally flipped the ball forward. A running back, Pete Banashak, and tight end Dave Casper also admitted to purposely fumbling the ball forward. There's a quote from Ken Stabler in this 2008 NFL film. The interviewer asks him, all right, Ken, we got the whole crew here. You're on camera. Convince us that you did not mean to fumble the ball forward. And Ken Stabler goes, No, I can't convince you of that because I did. I mean, what else was I going to do with it? Throw it out there and shake the dice. So after
It's so real.
after 30 years, he's like, "You're goddamn right, I did it."
What are you gonna do? Like
Take it away?
I'm already rich and retired.
So there are some consequences to this play. The Raiders had an immaculate touchdown that won them the game, meaning the Chargers lost. This had great effect on the San Diego Chargers because they missed out on the playoffs.
Oh.
Had the Chargers won that game and all other results across the season remained the same, they would have made the playoffs due to a tiebreaker over the Houston Oilers. And, all you got to do is get into the playoffs. Anything's possible, right? So that really screwed over the Chargers season in the end. The Raiders sucked that year.
Oh, they weren't even going to make the playoffs anyways?
Nope.
Really?
They were around 500, maybe even worse than that, it was a very disappointing year for Oakland because they had some good players. But so it didn't matter for Oakland that they even won the game. And I think San Diego came back a few weeks later and beat them by like 3 touchdowns.
Oh.
So it was kind of like, see?
Yeah. Like, come on, guys.
Chargers fans, in wake of this controversial play, created shirts with a blind ref and the phrase immaculate deception. Why the phrasing immaculate deception?
Yeah.
This is a play on a different famous play that happened 6 years earlier in the 1972 playoffs called the Immaculate Reception. This is a game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Oakland Raiders. Hall of Fame quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Terry Bradshaw, heaves a prayer downfield. It wasn't a Hail Mary, but it was a deep shot downfield late in the game. The ball, the Pittsburgh receiver and the Oakland Raiders defender collided, and the ball bounced off of them backwards into a different Steeler receiver who was just following the play. It bounced right into his hands. He curls around them, scores a crazy touchdown. Steelers win the game.
Oh, dang.
The Immaculate Reception.
So that's kind of like not the colliding, but kind of like the Minneapolis Miracle to give a.
Yeah, it's a miracle play. And it's like, what the hell just happened here? So Chargers fans called the Holy Roller the Immaculate Deception because they were deceived.
I love the Holy Roller. God is sending this ball forward.
I have an anecdote on the Holy Roller. But before I get to that, the NFL amended the rule in the offseason of 1978 so an offense cannot purposely fumble the ball forward. What happens if an offensive player fumbles the ball forward, the player who fumbled is the only one that can pick it up and advance it. Unless you're in the final 2 minutes of a half, the fourth quarter, or overtime, or fourth down.
So, question. Let's say I'm the quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
and I am like, I have it, I get tackled, the ball falls backward.
Yep.
I never had a passing motion, so I fumble the ball.
Yep.
And my teammate runs at it, and he accidentally kicks it forward.
Mm-hmm.
I full on, that was an actual fumble from me.
Right.
But my teammate's kicking it forward. Is that still legal?
I think that comes down to referee discretion. The reason why the Holy Roller play is so controversial is because it started with Ken Stabler purposely flipping the ball forward.
Mm-hmm.
Since you initially fumbled, it could just be like no one expects a fumble, right? So it could just be the chaos of the play. It's like, oh no, I just happened to be blocking for the quarterback and it just hit my knee and it bounced forward. Like I didn't do that because the fumble was initially backwards. So I think that's referee discretion at that point.
So the fact that he did it forward is more the issue than them
Correct.
kicking it.
The initial fumble cannot be forward.
Okay.
Yes, and then it's like, dude, like you're trying to pick up the ball, but you keep kicking it towards the end zone. You're down by 6. There's no time on the clock. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So yes, it is It's illegal to fumble it forward if a different offensive player recovers the forward fumble. The play is dead where the fumble occurred because you can't fumble it forward. Otherwise, you'd be able to fumble it on the goal line or fumble it on the 5-yard line into the end zone and get a touchdown.
Yeah.
So the ball would come back to the 5-yard line.
Gotcha.
It'd still be offense ball. Holy roller. Why is this play called the holy roller? It's a fantastic question. I'm sure we're all wondering at home. I know Caleb is too.
God had something to do with it.
Holy roller is a 19th century term. It referred to Protestant Christians in the Wesleyan holiness movement. It was at the time considered a derisive term towards these people. These Protestant Christians really enjoyed dancing, shaking, boisterous movements because they're under the influence of the Holy Spirit. And it was derisive term because others in the Christian faith looked at them and they're rolling on the ground uncontrollably, kind of like an egg-shaped football. And you don't know where it's going to bounce on the football field. The holy roller.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna lie though, that's kind of like a jump. Like I understand it, but like who's like, this is just like the holy roller, guys.
I don't know who coined it. I just know that is
they were a historian for sure.
Had to have been. I don't know who named the play the holy roller. Obviously, Chargers fans called it the Immaculate Deception. I don't know how they got from 19th century Christianity to 1978 Chargers versus Raiders, but they did. Fun fact, I was writing the notes for the Fumblerooski, and as I was writing them on Monday, it was the game on the television was the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh,
and
they're not in their old cities, but same team,
same franchises, different cities. I was writing the notes for the Fumblerooski. There was a mention this play is somewhat similar or related to the Holy Roller. And I was like, what is the Holy Roller? Do I need to know what that is? And I searched it up. And as I searched it up, I look at the TV and they're showing the actual play that happened.
Oh, that's so cool.
On Monday Night Football.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. I was looking at the TV. I was like, are you kidding me? like that's what I'm writing about. Yeah, okay, there we go.
That's actually so wild, like how like just like stuff like that happens. Like, you'll be thinking about something like a minute later, it's like it just randomly appears.
Just randomly manifesting things that don't matter. So those are my controversial plays. There's a whole litany of others. Maybe it's a topic I come back to later.
Yeah,
but
I was very, very interested. I would love to hear more.
I've got more. We could talk about the Bush push because we'd mentioned earlier. We could go on. I could do a whole podcast on pass interference. There's plenty to go over. But I thought those three were unique, interesting, and their own set of controversy.
Thanks for teaching me about some plays.
Heck yeah, dude.
I think my favorite was the tush push.
The tush push. It's a hot topic in the NFL world right now, so it's very, very timely and relevant. Yeah, I enjoyed learning about a little bit more of the history of Mario.
Yes. I think I'm gonna try to touch on most of those characters, not in a row. We're gonna switch it up. Next week will not be video games, most likely. I think I have an idea what next week will be, but probably not gonna be video games. Probably gonna be more either movies or show related.
Heck yeah. I don't have a planned topic for next week. Most of my topics are just an epiphany over the weekend. I came up with this topic. It was no joke. 11 o'clock at night, Sunday, I was trying to go to sleep. And because earlier that Sunday was when tush push controversy came up again. And I was like, banned NFL plays. Or I was like, oh, controversial NFL plays. Like, bingo. I was like, I immediately picked up my phone, put it down on my notepad. I was like, all right, bedtime. So,
Great. Well, thank you for listening to Balls and Blasters. I hope you learned something today. I sure did. Holy roller. Push, push. Josh Allen was somewhere in there.
annexation of Puerto Rico. Yes, I definitely learned a little bit more about Mario today. I didn't realize I really enjoyed the innovative aspect of the Mario games. I really thought that was interesting.
No, yeah, that's my favorite part of them, is that
Yeah.
they're a good time capsule of where gaming's at.
It's cool. Okay, it's a big franchise and it's very influential, but why? And I got to learn that today. So thank you. All right.
Should we end her off?
Well, I suppose we can. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and there's one more I'm missing.
YouTube, Spotify, podcast.
I don't know.
We have those are the main platforms.
Main platforms, but then obviously we have an Instagram that you can check us out on. We have a TikTok, and we also are starting to release YouTube Shorts.
Yes. I mean, literally, they're pretty much all TikToks and Shorts.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same thing.
Same thing, but check us out.
My second one was better than the first.
I really enjoyed it. I think it's only going to get better.
It got less views, but it got more likes. Thank you to all of you. Even if you did leave those comments.
We appreciate your feedback forever and always. Balls and Blasters, check us out. Easy to find. It's a ball, it's a basketball, and it's a blaster. Purple and orange.
Purple and orange, yes. It's changed up now. We're not the random blue and red orange basketball.
Right. So, yeah, I don't have anything else to add.
I just, again, thank you. We really appreciate all the support. Seriously.
Thank you very much. We're having a lot of fun. We're going to keep doing it.
So we wouldn't if we weren't having fun. So it's great.
This has been episode 9. Thank you very much.